stood in the doorway for a moment longer, eyes sweeping up and down the street for any sign of life, any sign that someone was watching him. The man finally gave a disgusted scoff and stepped inside, slamming the door shut behind him. Must he deal with crippling worry and paranoia? Bloody losing my mind, he grumbled, trying not to stomp his way up the narrow steps to his flat. All thoughts of the figure shrouded in black that the man had imagined watching his every movement disappeared as he reached his door. He could hear the sounds of a violin while still outside on the staircase, and the man couldn't help but smile. It had been a good day then. He felt himself take his first breath of air that day where he did not feel as if he were suffocating. He'd been worrying for nothing. He unlocked the door to his flat and slipped inside. "I'm home!" The sweet tune from the violin cut short, and a hoarse voice spoke from the darkened corner of the nearby sitting room. "You took your time, my dear doctor." The man scoffed again as he unbuttoned his coat. "I'm not a doctor anymore. I haven't held a medical license since 1910. There was a laugh from the corner. "Once a medical man, always a medical man. Or I suppose," the voice continued amusedly, "I could call you Professor." The new title still didn't feel quite right either, but perhaps it would with time. They would make do. Against all odds, they always had. Chapter 1. Keep it to yourself. It was an honest reaction to the loud sneeze that came from the man standing ahead of me in the line at customs. "Oh, bless you." The man barely managed a backward glance in my direction. From what I could see of his face before he moved forward, he looked like I'd just told him to pound sand. I quickly fixed my gaze on my shoes. Did people in London not say "bless you" when someone sneezed? My first half hour in England after a less than thrilling international flight, and already I was approaching an anxiety-ridden meltdown. Fantastic. I checked my cell phone again for the 1,000th time, rereading the last text message from my great-aunt Adele. "Just outside customs. Can't wait." It was a godsend that Adele was putting me up for the summer. I knew that. I never would have been able to attend the prestigious summer writing seminar offered by London's Ashford College otherwise. Scrounging up enough to cover the airfare by working at a local deli for the last year had been hard enough on top of juggling graduation requirements. This was just going to be awkward. Sharing a living space with someone I hadn't seen since I was in kindergarten. Awkward, but not bad. This was what I was telling myself, at least. When it was finally my turn to approach the customs desk, the guard gave me a quick once-over. "Passport." I slid my passport across the desk and he flipped it open, holding it up to examine. "What brings you to London?" he asked without looking away from my passport. "Visiting family," I answered quickly. "Summer college program." I started to break out into a cold sweat the longer I stood there, watching the guard inspect my passport. "There's absolutely nothing wrong with my passport," I kept reminding myself. "It's not like I'm a felon or anything. I've never even gotten a parking ticket." The guard finally nodded, stamped the darn thing, then slid my passport back across the counter toward me. I nearly tripped over my feet as I made a break for it out of line, stuffing my passport back into my shoulder bag. One hurdle down, about 1,000,000 more to go. The area just outside customs was surprisingly packed for a Sunday afternoon. Another bolt of panic zipped through me as I leaned up on my tiptoes, trying to peer over the heads of the crowd. How was I supposed to find Adele in this mess? "Over here! Juliet! Juliet!" I sighed in relief when I finally picked out the elderly woman waving at me through the people.